Hey, note from the editor, which is me, in case you didn't know that. I am editing this video now. It was filmed last week for you to consume, and I am currently editing a video for this week, so you're going to get two this week. So thank you all so very much for your patience, and brink about it. That should be a thing. Now, without any further ado, we should brink about it. That's what I should do. We should do that. And now, without further ado, Matthew Brinker and Brink about it. I'm going to start working on my radio voice. I've been told I have a face for radio and a voice for television, but... All right, cool. That's all. Cut this. I'm going to make you wait for it. Make you wait for the clap. You gotta earn the clap. Oh, the clap. We love the clap. The clap lives in infamy. Oh man, I don't know what the videos are. They're back on 6 Cents Brewing's Instagram page, I think, of the beer club videos that I did forever ago. And the clap became its own character. It was so funny. But anyways, hi, hello, welcome back. My name is Matthew Brinker. This is Brink About It. I have no friends with me today again, but I have topics this time. I've got something that I want to talk about. I thought it was really funny that I know that people that know me will think it's funny and will probably hate me for, and people that don't know me can get to know me a little bit better and some of the things that I say and do and all that fun stuff. So, I've spent all day today with Bobby from 2040 Productions and the owner's lens. He's across the hall from me here in the office, and we've been filming all day long doing an episode of the owner's lens. We did we did an interview. I got the I right. Did an interview, and then he followed me around today while I was working, doing a bunch of stuff. Just flying the drone, meetings, work, kind of day in the life stuff as I'm getting to figure out my schedule, my life with this new whole thing that's going on. But yeah. Anyways, we are going to talk today about Brinker-Isms. And these aren't mine. None of these are mine. But these are things that I've picked up over the years that I say, that I believe, that I tout. So you may have heard some of these before, either on here. Things like passion is priceless, execution is everything. But there's other ones that I haven't said yet that I want to talk about. And I've kind of debated on whether or not to go rapid fire on these or to like give them some time. And I think I'm just going to, do what I always do. And this is the first one. This is off the cuff as usual. The first one would be failing to plan is planning to fail. And you better believe I came in here with no plan whatsoever. And somehow it'll work out like normal. I'm very used to just letting things roll. But that is one thing. Failing to plan is planning to fail. I think being over-prepared, having too much of things is probably a good thing. Not always, obviously, but like over-prepping, making sure you have more than you need. I was showing Bobby my kit, and we were talking about all the different tools and things that I have. And like, I'm planning for success. Or I try to, at least. And obviously, I fail a lot. a lot. But, yeah, that's the first one. And I just want to make fun of myself because I don't have a plan. I do have some things written down, at least. So, one of my favorite things I've ever heard, and I don't remember where I got it from, but it was the quote or the saying or the idea that things work out best for the people. Things work out best for the people that make the best of the way things work out. And I think what that means is that bad things will always happen. People will do you dirty. Stuff will fall through. But the people that make the best of that thing tend to be able to take anything and not spin it, but like come out from it and go, you know what? This was terrible. I hate it. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to make the best of it. I don't have any specific examples of that one, but I just think it's a mindset. I think all of these are kind of mindset things too that I just wanted to share because I think it's interesting. And for you guys to get to know me, I think that'd be great. We're probably going to cap it at 10 or 12, by the way. We're going to try and do like 10 or 12 of these mindset idea things and just give you some information and the way I think in my brain. I've had a lot of people in this last week reach out to me about these conversation pieces or podcasts or whatever you want to call them. And me just talking and kind of being open and talking about what I want to talk about or whatever's on my mind. And every single week, it seems like I get more and more messages. And I got a really cool one last week. It was talking about like mise en place and all that. And that'll be my next one is mise en place, which doesn't really translate, I don't think, directly to a place for everything and everything in its place. But my mother taught me that when I was a kid. Everything should have a place. Mise en place is that same thing. It comes from, I believe, the French Brigade idea of cooking in French cuisine in the kitchens as that revolution came about back in the day of French cuisine being the thing. Mise en place basically means like, for example, as a mixologist, I was taught very early on that you always put lemon, lime, orange, and grapefruit in that order. That way, when you reach for a bottle, you never have to worry about grabbing lemon or lime. You know lemon is always first, and lime is always second, and orange is always third, and grapefruit is always fourth. And then there's the mise en place of that through all the things, where the liquor bottles are, all that stuff. I have a place for everything in my house. I have a place for everything in here. And those are like little things that I'm still continuing to figure out as I go in this new life of developing my mise en place and developing my plan so I don't fail and all that stuff. But I will always make the best out of the way things work out. That's something I'm very good at. Something you hear me say a lot if you follow me on social media, and well, if you know me, I say it all the time. And if you follow me on social media, you see me type it out and post it a lot. The idea of I get to do this is a reminder to myself to be grateful for the things that I have. I get to wake up in my apartment with my dogs that are cuddled up next to me, being cute and sweet and wonderful. I get to have a roommate that I adore, who is super fun, and I just really, really like him. He's great. He's been a great addition to my life. And if you see this, John, you're the man. We're going to do some fun stuff this spring and summer, man. And maybe even tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, I get to do this. I get to wake up. I get to have a roommate that I enjoy. I get to invite Bobby into my apartment to come use my gear to film me going through my life that is interesting enough to him that he thinks it can make a good episode of this owner's lens that he's doing. I get to go with him to a friend's coffee shop grand opening today. Shout out to you, Brandon Irby. Congrats, man. That's awesome. He moved here like 2 months ago. Now he's got his own storefront. I think they were working on this before they got here. But anyways, went to a grand opening of a coffee shop from a college friend here in town who just moved here. Got to do some content for them and post it. It'll be in the shorts under Not a Vlog. Get to come to this office, get to do work on the computers and be internet savvy and fun and communicate and just put things out there, get to edit a video and put it online. I get to go to Carolina Beach and fly my drone and get beautiful sunset footage for a project. I get to come back and I get to treat Bobby to nothing crazy, but food for filming me all day. I get to come in here and I get to sit and talk to nobody right now. I'm talking to nobody right now. That's the beauty of this. It's like, oh, well, I get to sit in the room and just talk, but it is fun and it's wonderful. And I get to do this. And even if like, I think it's really important to note, like early on in this, again, I think I've said it before, but like I'm grateful for one view on these, honestly. If anybody cares, cool. And that's the beauty of this is like, I think my desire is to connect to people bigger and deeper than I have before. And that's why I'm continuing to share my life and all that. So anyways, that's enough of that. Here's another fun thing that I really love is why not us? And I talked about this at the end of last time because we were talking about it in a meeting last week here in the Scrap House. But the idea of like, why not? Like you can literally learn to do anything you want to do. I think, you know, some things will hold you back. Opportunity, finances, height, whatever, like circumstances, like things will hold you back. I understand that. But you can learn to do just about anything you want to do in life. I learned everything I'm doing through YouTube University. I've learned a lot of stuff in life by just trying and failing. But why not me? Why can't this be a popular thing? Why can't the scrap house be big in this community? Why can't Brinker Media House scale to a level that I never saw it before? Like, why not? And like, why not me? Why not you? Why not us? And that's something that I think is really important to remember is there are people in the world that have stumbled upon ideas or inventions or communications or whatever it may be later in life or early in life. And none of them are really much smarter than anybody. I mean, there's smarter people out there. Duh. I'm not the smartest. I think you can probably guess that. But why not? Why not? And I think this thing that separates the why not from the I wish or the regret is the doing creates the magic. And I had a long conversation with JT here on Sunday. And he said, man, you're doing more than what 94% of the world does. You're doing it. And we kept talking. He's like, honestly, it's probably more like 95 or 96. I was like, dude, the magic is in the doing. And if you know me at all, you know that when I type out the word magic, two little sparkles pop up on either side. Magic. It's magic. Because I don't really believe in actual magic, but I believe that things happen when you take initiative, when you reach out, when you go above and beyond. Like, the action creates the magic that happens. And it has to be action first. Magic doesn't come to you. You have to create magic, but you create magic by doing, by giving, by helping, by being helpful. So yeah. With that being said, the universe conspires. I gotta thank an ex-girlfriend for this one. Actually, one in particular. Gave me a book called The Alchemist. And the idea behind The Alchemist is that essentially you might think you know what you want with your life, and then sometimes the clarity of kind of the world and circumstances clarify what you really want. And when you decide this is what I really want, that's what I want, the universe will conspire and will start to shift things in your favor to make that a reality for you. But that doesn't happen unless there's action. And that's the beauty of it. That's why these aren't in order. I'm just putting off the top of my head because I'm like, oh, wait, that connects to that connects to this thing and all that stuff and blah, blah. Anyways, the universe does conspire. I fully believe that the universe conspires when you truly decide what you want. And I've seen it happen in my life a bunch of times. The universe has brought me some wonderful relationships that taught me a lot of things. And the universe yanked them away too. And those taught me more things. The universe has given me this opportunity right now, and the universe could take that away too. But the universe will conspire to make it so. Whatever it is that you want, that you're looking for, that you're going for, that your heart desires the most, the universe will conspire to make it so. When you truly decide and you truly pursue that with everything you have. I think it's a little more like heady, but it's fun. And I think that I believe in that. I see the universe conspiring in my life. So one thing I mentioned before too, I know, is sharpening of the sword. My little tattoo here on my forearm, the katanas, trying to get sharper as you are doing, and you are making the best of the way things work out, and you are making sure that you have a gratitude mindset, and that you are of the mindset that why not? I can. And you are pursuing what you want with everything you have. You got to make sure you're getting a little bit better. You got to make sure you're getting a little bit sharper every day. A little bit more, a little bit faster, a little bit leaner, a little bit better. I want to wake up a little bit earlier right now. I want to make sure I eat a little more intentionally right now. I want to drink a little more water right now. And I'm going to be really kind and really patient with myself if I don't absolutely crush those things. But I'm also going to hold myself accountable and go, hey, you told yourself you wanted to do this. You told the internet now that you wanted to do these small little things. So do it. You said it. Now do it. And get better at that thing. Get up earlier. Drink more water. Eat better. Be a little sharper. Be a little more intentional with the things you post. Where they go. All that stuff. I'm trying to get sharper as I go every day. And learn from what's happening and the feedback that I get and all that stuff too. So I think it's really important. Some ideas that I think you've already heard. Yes, passion is priceless. I think energy and passion will take you a long way in life. And I think doing the right thing is always the right thing. I think being kind is usually the best way to operate. Being empathetic and thoughtful. It'll also cause you some pain and suffering. Let's just acknowledge that. But I think it's a better place to work from, to be kind and gentle and to do the right thing for yourself and for others. Sometimes that means swallowing your pride. Sometimes it means walking away from something. Sometimes it means saying the hard truth. But yeah, I think ideas are shit. This is from Gary Vaynerchuk, man. Ideas are shit. Execution is everything. Passion is priceless, but ideas are shit, and execution is everything. You can be wonderfully passionate about an idea, and it can be terrible. But you can be really passionate about something mediocre or really execute, and man, you can do some stuff. It's crazy what you can accomplish with like a lot of passion and a little bit of like follow through and gusto. Whew, go a lot of places. I think we're gonna get through almost everything. We are, and I don't even know. I turned off my info, so I have no idea what time it is. So I don't know how much time I've got. So I'm just gonna keep going until either I'm done or it shuts off, and we'll see what happens. So, other things I wanted to talk about, just random stuff, and then I think I'll take a second and breathe and go from there. But, exposure dollars don't help creative people. I'm all for collaborations. I'm all for working with each other. I'm all for what's good for me, what's good for you is good for us and is good for everybody. A rising tide raises all ships. But art's not optional, man. You need to work it into whatever business plan you've got to do the creative anymore. And it doesn't mean you need to put art on the walls, which you should. You should hang art from local artists on your walls. I know some of them. I can connect you to them. And you should support them, but art in your business is not optional. It really is not optional. And you cannot pay creatives with exposure dollars. Yes, friends will help you out. Yes, friends will... I cut bill breaks all the time here and there. But the money is the money is the money. I just sent a message out today and said, hey, I need this. Like, it's kind of jamming me up because I expected to have that. And you're not giving it to me right now as I've completed my part of the deal. And I need you to give it to me. It doesn't matter what the experience was right now. It doesn't matter what I learned from it. It doesn't matter how good the footage is. I need you to pay me for my time and my services so that I can go on and go do other things and help other people and help myself and live a life and not stress. So please remember, if you're trying to do anything, art is not optional. It never has been. In today's world, it never will be. And I am completely okay with using little bits of tools that are artificial intelligence to help you, but not AI art, man. Like, an assistant to help organize your stuff and streamline things, I'm okay with that. That's been around for a long time, but not the fully like, oh, I'm gonna have a logo made, and I'm just gonna use that, and I'm gonna use. Don't. It's lazy. I don't like it. I'm all for using stuff as tools, but not as a crutch, not as the creative thing. And that's kind of my unofficial stance. I know there's a lot more to it, but that's kind of like how I feel about it. But that is, exposure dollars don't pay my rent. You know what it does? Dollars. Actual dollars. If I can go to the complex and be like, you know what? Instead of paying you the money that I owe you, I'm going to film myself in the apartment complex and give you exposure. And see if they let me stay, because they won't. This is funny. And this comes back, a lot of this stuff comes back to the service industry and my years and my time there is my annoying call back of yes when somebody says something to me. Usually it's behind or corner or something like that. And usually it's a heard back, and I hate that. Growing up in a small Christian cult, I don't like following the rules. I don't like listening to things like that. I don't like doing what everybody else does, how they do it. I'm just a contrarian is all that really means. And I don't know if that's my personality or what, but I'm a contrarian. I think anybody in my family watching this would probably tell you that it runs in the family, but I don't know that that's a biological trait. It's a learned behavior, I believe. That's another thing. Nature versus nurture, man. I love that. I love psychology and sociology and stuff. But I got tired of the herd and stuff at one of the places I worked here. And I heard somebody say, like, yes, back to like a question or like a call, like a behind, whatever, yes. And it was just so like nonchalant and so like, yes. And like, acknowledgement of the thing, but almost dismissive. And I was like, yes, I love that. I love that. So I started saying yes. And it's so funny that I would be in conversation with guests and then I would hear something called and I would go, yes, and then go right back to talking like I normally do. And after I left the spot, I heard that a story that somebody said it like me and somebody was mad about it. I thought that was very cute that you can't unhear me. A friend of mine told me one time, nobody that ever meets you will ever forget you. And I like the sentiment. I know in reality that's not the case. Like I'm a forgettable person. Like I'm unique, but everybody is. I'm forgettable. And I just cussed, and I'm gonna take it back and delete that. I'm gonna be mad about it. I'm just gonna pull it out. But anyways, I'm forgettable. I'm unique, but everybody is, and that's not to diminish myself or other people, but like, I'm forgettable. I forgot where I was going with that because I cussed and it threw me off my banter. I don't know what to do from here. Anyways, I'm not even sure how long we're going, how much I have. I think I've got a little bit of time left. Oh man, I've got like 10 minutes left. That's crazy. Crazy. I think another thing that's really important, like back to mise en place, and then I skipped over that, actually, there's 2 things that are really important. 3 things that I skipped over that I need to make sure I come back and talk to. So that was good. Good interruption of yourself, Matt. Great job. Look at you taking care of yourself. Great work. Great work. Done is better than perfect. This goes back to kind of like sharpening the sword and all that and doing. I think a lot of people hide behind perfection as a crutch. I've always thought this. I've always thought that doing it and doing it the best you can and doing it again and doing it the best you can and doing it again and doing the best you can and just continuing to do better and get a little bit better was always the way to go about things. And it's my personal opinion. And I could be terribly off base and I could be very wrong and you could think I'm an idiot. That's fine. But that's what I think. I think people hide behind perfection a lot. I've done it. That's why I stopped to think. I want to make sure I say this right because I've hidden behind the idea of perfection a lot. Can't do it. It's not perfect. Can't film that. I don't have the right gear. Won't be perfect. And I'm finding more and more and more that there is no perfect. There is no perfection. There is good enough. There's done. There is complete. There is out to the world for the world to consume. And then the market kind of decides whether you're good or not from there, I think. When it comes to art and business even, the market kind of decides from there. So done is better than perfect. Yes. Please, 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 please. Perfect your art as best you can. Do as much as you can to make it as good as you can. Never want to encourage an artist or anybody to not put in their full effort for something. Like, yes. But at some point, you might look at it and go, you know what? That's really good. It's really good. So that's an idea. The other one I forgot to talk about, I'm trying to find it here. It's all hiding in here for me. Oh yeah, art is not optional. I already said that. I'm starting another podcast. This is the one I've talked about. I finally settled on a name. It is going to be called, I can't remember if I said it in the last one, calling it Art is Not Optional. I have created the Instagram. I have put the placeholder on the YouTube. I am moving forward with the action of this is what I'm going to do. I have a couple people I'm considering for my first episode, and I am really excited about it. And art is not optional. That's the thing. I already talked about art not being optional in business, but I'm doing a podcast or conversation space, again, whatever you want to call it. to talk about art and business with friends and talking about art and business. I still do plan on having somebody in here. I want there to be crossover between Brink About It and Art is Not Optional. But I don't necessarily want it to be maybe the same day, or maybe we like change clothes and film different things or whatever it may be. I think I'm going to do a little bit different set next week for it, because I want it to be maybe a little bit more serious, a little less kind of fun like this one is. But we'll see. I'll figure that out next week. I haven't really gotten that far. Next week with Christmas coming up, I'm completely fine with kind of like taking it slow and taking my time doing stuff all next week. I'm just going to edit and all that. But yeah, Art is Not Optional is coming to you very soon. I am very excited about that. And yeah. And then the thing, I guess, to tie this all together that I'm getting much better about doing, that I've always been pretty good about, is kind of scheduling my life in 15-minute increments. I don't know if people will do this ever. I don't know. This is me. Mind you, I'm the guy that will, like, finish a tube of chapstick. Like, I don't lose things, usually. I misplaced something the other day, and I was like, I know I didn't lose that. I'm not sure where it is right now, but I'm sure I didn't lose that. And then I went to go put my jacket on that I didn't wear for a week and a half because it was so warm for like a week and a half ago. And that was confusing, but hey, welcome to my life. But it was in my pocket, and I was like, I knew it. I knew I didn't lose it. I knew I just put it somewhere I wasn't used to, but back to mise en place. If a place has a place, or a thing has a place, then you can always just put it back there. And it wasn't where I normally put it, and then it got warm, so I didn't wear the jacket, and then I didn't think about it for a couple weeks, and then, or a week and a half, whatever it was. So, but yeah, scheduling myself in 15-minute increments is super important for me. And sometimes it's like 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, but like I give myself like 15, 30, 45, or an hour. Whatever combination of that. And then I go from there. You know, it takes 30 minutes to get to Carolina Beach. Gone. So there's an hour gone each way. 45 minutes flying each drone battery. Really, that's going to be it's about 45 minutes of battery. It's a little less than 45 minutes, but with like changing batteries and all that, there's 3 batteries at 45 minutes. So add that time to it. So how long am I going to be gone? When do we need to leave? Backtrack. When is sunset? Cool. All right, go. We need to be out the door by 3:30 today from the office. We did. Got there at 4 o'clock, a little bit after, set up, drone up, flew it. All 3 batteries, was done, on the road, back at the office by like 6:15 out of there. Love it. And that's allowing me to be I know I only need maybe to make a silly dog clip like 5 minutes, maybe, to like get the clip, and then just take a little bit of time to edit it, but not a ton. It's not hard. The little vlog things I'm doing, it's not really hard. It took me 5 minutes at the coffee shop to get like a cool little 2-minute video. I mean, yeah, I talked for like 2 minutes, and I filmed for like 3, and then it took me maybe 20 minutes to cut it together. The worst part of that was Apple started this new thing where it's airdropping stuff to your files folder. Like, why? Airdrop it to my camera roll. That's where I wanted it. I want it in my camera roll so I can post the thing. So that took me forever to figure out how to get it onto my phone to post. And then my AirDrop's doing weird stuff. I don't know what's up with it. So, anyways, I think we're getting closer. Let's look at the time. Where we at? All right, we got about 2 minutes left. I love that. So I guess moving forward, stuff to look forward to for you. I'm going to have another topic next week, and I'm planning on doing the first Art is Not Optional episode. I want all those to be with somebody, so those might be a little less frequent until I can get that rolling to where people want to do it. I think I'm going to have a lot of friends on first, and then people will hopefully come to me and want to do it and have conversations about that. I met some really awesome people last weekend at Savard Beard and Board. My friend Rachel and HP Fangs. Rachel's rmr.arts on Instagram, at HP Fangs on Instagram. And then Dave Sylvester and Sarah Edge. Sarah Edge Art, I think it's Sedge Art, and then DK Sylvester, all on Instagram. I'll try and remember to tag them. They're super awesome. They did a little gallery. I'm going to do a community spotlight. You'll probably be able to see on YouTube at some point on the internet. I have not edited it as of time of filming this, so it's going to take me a while. But yeah, that was cool. Met them. Going to do some stuff with them. They're opening an art supply store. and HP and Rachel both were like, we want to do it. And I want to get the other two after they're busy opening the store, but it'll take a while. But that's super exciting too. Congrats to you guys on that whole thing. I'll talk about that at some point. I'll have them on to talk about it. But yeah, the future is bright. This is really exciting. I'm super happy and super lit up. Thank you all so much for watching. I have no idea how much time I have left. Maybe it'll cut off in the middle. But my name is Matthew Brinker. This is Brink About It. Please always remember that passion is priceless, execution is everything, and art is not optional. And pretty soon there's going to be a podcast about that. And we'll talk about passion and execution and business and art and all the things that we want to do in the community. And bolstering the community and building it and making it bigger and better. And I'm just going to keep talking and rambling until this goes off now, because this is my favorite part of the videos, is me just talking to stuff. So I'm so excited about this, man. I am so lit up and so excited about all the things going on, and I just can't stop talking about it. And people are like, sounds great. I'm like, it's crazy. I'm so excited about all the stuff going on. It's so cool. Bye. We love it here.